And she was done. I mean, she was over and done. It was finished. And it was no good bum, you know. And so we counseled him, tried to help him figure out his world, and, you know, it wasn't working. And we got to the end of the evening, and I just thought, wow, there's a couple that's, you know, got no hope. I wish I could, you know, pray for a miracle, but they don't even believe in Jesus. And as I was finishing up the night, I looked at the gal, and I just said, you know, normally this is when I would invite you to keep your covenant before God. But you don't even believe in that. So I guess I can encourage you to keep your promises. But let me encourage you in a different way. And I looked at her and I just said this. I said, you might think it's painful now, living with what you live with. You have no idea the pain for your children, for you, for the next relationship, and the one after that. You're not jumping from pain to ease. You're jumping from pain to a lot more pain. And they headed out the door, and I didn't know what to think. You know, I thought, well, at least we said our piece. Almost a year later, I ran into this guy. I was almost afraid to run into him. You know, I thought, oh, don't ask him about that, you know. He comes running up to me. He says, you wouldn't believe. Our marriage is better than ever. We're more in love than ever. It's great. It's like, same girl? He says, yeah, it's amazing. I ran into him about 6 months after that. He says, we're pregnant. We're having another kid. And I ran into him again not that long ago. And he just said, man, I don't know, but it's working out. And I just said, well, praise God. Miracles do happen. So there is a call. Sure. Yeah. Thank God. So there is a call to be enduring. Now, let me tell you, on the flip side of that, I've counseled many couples who their marriage just looked okay. You know, they just had a few problems, normal stuff that any married couple would deal with, and we'd counsel them through that and say, okay, you work on this, okay, you work on that. They smile, yay, there's hope. They walk out the door, and the whole thing falls apart. You think, my goodness, so many marriages that look like there's so much hope falling apart, and so many marriages that look like there's no hope at all, and God makes a way. So let me just encourage you, endure, 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 and believe that God can and will make a way for you. All right. So here's how I want to conclude. I want to conclude by us imagining how our church should be on a topic like this. I want us to imagine together that Victory Church in Moose Jaw would be a church where divorce is not swept under the rug, but where it's lovingly and clearly addressed, not just from the pulpit, but as a community. I want to dream that we would be a church where marriage is upheld and devoutly worked on by all, and that we would be a church where divorcees are loved and accepted and used in God's service, and healing is brought from the devastation of their past. A church full of wonderful marriages, a church full of broken lives made whole, a church where divorcees feel welcome, find wholeness, and are used in God's service, a church full of people who address the issue head on and are doing what's appropriate in their own lives to deal with it and to bring healing to those wounded from it. Would you stand with me? We'll close in prayer.